offer to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
KCUE Tucson, a Cumulus media station.
You're listening to the flagship of Arizona Wildcats Athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. Live from the CNWT.
Wait, what's the CNWT?
Central Northwest Tucson.
It's DK on the Sports Tip with your host, David Kelly.
Radio. Just when I thought I was out, they shrugged me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm an idiot.
David Amata.
Hey, that's Dragon Ball to you.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Melt Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but three first names, David Scott Kelly.
A great Thursday afternoon to you. And I've got some great news for you on this Thursday afternoon. Only one more name has gone into the transfer portal for the University of Arizona. So I think we're at 25 now. 25 new transfers for Arizona. 25, well, not new, but 25 transfers. That's a good thing. It's a good day when you only have one name, new name go into the transfer portal. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number for you to get in on the program. No, I don't think according to On3, there have not been, at least they're not showing currently, any of the players who have announced that they are coming here just yet. So we're still waiting to get some commitments on that side. JT Hand, who was a legacy player. We have a couple of legacy players who are in the portal right now, in Kean Burnett and JT Hand. Both their dads played here at the University of Arizona. JT Hand is in the portal, and he has committed. He is really the only one so far who has gone into the portal for Arizona that has committed to another school. He has committed now to Oregon State. So best of luck to JT Hand. Redshirt junior, again, legacy player. Saw a little bit of action last year under the Jed Fish regime as a backup, but did not see the field much at all, if at all. I don't know that he took any snaps this year. He maybe might have taken a few for the Arizona Wildcats this season. But JT Hand now moving on to the Oregon State Beavers. Who is going to be coming in? That is the question we're waiting to see, waiting to find out. The Wildcats have made some offers out there, so we'll see if any of those players accept the offers that the Arizona Wildcats have made to them to make this their next home.
What is the likelihood, DK, that defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator may bring some players with them?
I think that's possible. That's always possible, depending on who that person is and how quickly that person gets here. And that's why I don't know, that might be a next window kind of thing, because once that person gets in, guys might not necessarily want to leave right now. And we talked about, a lot of guys are going to make decisions after the spring. They're going to go through the spring, maybe with a new coaching staff, with changes at their current school, and they're going to decide that this is not where they want to be. And then, I think Arizona would be a team that could potentially be more aggressive in that second window. Not that they shouldn't be trying to be aggressive in this window, because this is obviously the first one, and this is the one where most of the guys are getting in. And the longer the guys are in, you don't want to, longer the guys in there, the less likelihood that he's going to get out. So you want to get the good guys now. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I would think the second window is probably going to be more active for everyone.
It's never been more of a case of dominoes falling than it is now. And what I mean by that is that, there's a lot of guys who are the second, third string running backs, quarterbacks for teams, DK, who are on teams that are going to play major bowl games that are waiting to see what those upperclassmen ahead of them do before they make their decisions, right?
Right.
If the guy who's ahead of me is going to stay on campus, I'm not going to get playing time. I'm going to go somewhere else. And those decisions need to be made first before some of those other players who are on, the second and third, string. They're going to have to wait and see what the upperclassmen do first.
That is going to be a waiting game for some at the schools that they are at now.
It's just the timing. We've talked about this all week. The timing of this window opening up prior to the bowls getting underway. There's just a lot of unknowns right now.
Well, Desiree Reed-Francois is going to join us here shortly in the next segment, 3:20. We'll ask her about that. We'll get her thoughts on the window, the timing, what she would like to see changed about this, the way that this is currently set up, the current clock as it pertains to college football and the transactional part
That's
of it.
That's one thing
right
we don't really talk about is that obviously Desiree is super locked in to the changes that are going on around the landscape of college athletics. So as far as somebody who would have answers to those questions, she's the one.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if she has some answers coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. Short show for you today. Tommy Lloyd radio show debuts today out at the Union Public House. 5 o'clock will be the start time on that, so we'll take you right up till 5 o'clock. 5:05 is technically when the show starts, so we'll take you right up till 5 o'clock today with our show. So short show, no Thursday Night Football this week here on Wildcats Radio 1290. We will be back with Thursday Night Football coming up next week and then the week after, because there will not be Tommy Lloyd shows the 2 Thursdays around the holiday. So there won't be one because Christmas is on a Wednesday, which is the 25th. So Christmas is 2 weeks from yesterday. So there'll be no show in 2 weeks, Tommy Lloyd. And then there'll be no show after that, the next Thursday, which is the 2nd. So the two immediately following the 2 holidays. So we'll have Thursday Night Football for you on the 19th and Thursday Night Football for you on the 26th, but no Thursday Night Football tonight. So just Tommy Lloyd from 5 to 6 this evening. We'll be back with our NFL football coverage on Sunday, Packers and the Seahawks, and then on Monday night, 2 Monday night games this week. They're starting a half an hour apart. We're taking the second game between the Falcons and the Raiders, obviously because Bijan Robinson suiting up for the Atlanta Falcons. So we'll have Falcons-Raiders for you coming up this Monday night. A chance for you to hear Bijan Robinson once again right here on our airwaves. I think we heard him twice already this season. They had a Thursday night game and a Sunday night game earlier. I think it was back-to-back weeks earlier in the season. So another opportunity to hear Bijan on our air here, doing his thing in the National Football League. And don't forget, Saturday, we are at Willie's Taco Joint in Phoenix. Willie's Taco Joint for the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day festivities, both the pregame show and the postgame show. Pregame show from around 9:30 to 12:30. That's set, 9:30 to 12:30. And then the postgame show, which will probably be around between 3:30 and 6 on Saturday after Arizona and UCLA. So we are really looking forward to that show on Saturday. Our return to Willie's Taco Joint. We were up there last year when the Wildcats played at the Footprint Center against Alabama, and looking forward to going back and doing that again this year. We'll have our Miller Lite Pigskin Challenge coming up for you. That will be in this hour at 3:40. Listen for the cue to call. I'm picking the game. Can you pick the winner?
I did get a text today from your favorite caller, John Bailina.
Right.
He wants to know if he can participate.
I don't think his statute of limitations is up yet.
It's been like 5-6 weeks, I think.
Okay, well, you know better than I do, J-Dub, if he can participate or not. So you let him know that information.
How about this? How about he's eligible if he's the caller that you put the number to, and that works out?
I don't know if that's the rule, how the rules are supposed to work.
Well, DK, the rules are supposed to work that you're not supposed to participate every 6 months. And
Is it 6 months? I thought it was only 6 weeks.
And sometimes we put this out to the callers, and then nobody calls in. So if nobody calls in, and John Bailina calls in, and we have a short show, we'll have to play that by ear. But I'm always on board for anybody new to participate. Anybody listening right now that has yet to participate in the middle of that Pigskin Challenge every Thursday night, I encourage you to listen at 3:40 when DK says to call in and be the first caller.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm going to pick a game. You're going to pick a winner. What are we at?
$25.
We had a winner
$75 last week. Yeah.
And who was that winner last week we had? Was that...
I have to look it up. I think
all right,
it was
Victor. We'll replay that coming up here a little bit later for you.
I have it right here, actually.
As well. Well, let's hear it now since we
it's
are
Victor,
talking about
and he
it. Victor.
picked a last-second win by the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right. We'll go with this Sunday night game since it's on our station. We're going to carry the game here. The LA Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's the game I'm picking. $75 gift card for you if you can pick the winning team Sunday night.
The last play of the game, the Chiefs are going to find a way to win.
The last play of the game. That's kind of how it's gone for them this season. They won a lot of games late. And boy, did they find a way to win.
Doink
that
for the
game.
division, right?
Right, the doink for the division. Off the upright, the third-string kicker off the upright. For the win for the Chiefs, who are headed to my hometown this week. And which is interesting because, JW, you know what ended last weekend?
I do not. Tell me.
In fact, well, let me bring me up over here, and I will I'll play it for you. What ended last weekend? I just got to remember exactly. I think it was Tuesday. I put that in. Maybe it was Monday.
Could have been Monday. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm not seeing it. Maybe it was Wednesday. Let's try.
That's called a tease.
Wednesday.
We'll get back to it after Desiree.
Try there we go. Wednesday. I put this ended last weekend. All right, wait a minute. I'm not ready for it. Live radio, folks.
I wonder if
now I'm ready for it. Now I'm ready. There we go. That ended last weekend. The Eras Tour.
So Travis is happy because
Travis is happy now because Taylor's World Tour is over, and Travis obviously is from Cleveland, Ohio, Cleveland Heights High.
Yep.
And so the folks in Cleveland are on pins and needles wondering if Taylor is going to be at the game this Sunday in her boys' hometown, making a big-time family affair. So
I heard her future brother-in-law got his troubles went away.
Oh, from when he the pregame, the slamming of the phone thing.
Apparently those charges were dropped.
Oh, okay, there you go. And I heard his wife did a podcast or something. What's her name? Kylie Kelsey. And it was like the number one listened to podcast of the week.
Here's my question: if you're printing $1 billion a summer with Tay-Tay at the helm, like the next quote unquote world tour that isn't the Eras Tour is going to start next week, right? I mean, that's how this works.
You would think. I mean, that's kind of what the whole thing has been. It's either going to be she starts up another concert tour or she starts up a residency in Las Vegas.
Is she ready for Las Vegas? Are we to that part of our? Are we to the Las Vegas part of our career? You always want. I mean, obviously Adele's gone to Vegas and it's really been popular. But I always thought like Vegas was the part of your career where you're like kind of towards the end. You're trying to figure out what to do.
If you go to a major city and you get a stadium and you can sell out 3 nights and that happens within the first 5 minutes and you continue to tour because stadiums are always going to be larger. But it gets to a point as in a performer's career where they maybe don't want to go. They don't want to spend half their life on a plane, right? And I think that's when you make the choice to have a residency, and it's clearly a consistent fan base. It's going to be able to find you in Vegas. So I think Taylor's probably 10 years away from that, but yeah, maybe one day. Who knows? I know Celine had a lot of success doing that as well. When
success.
She was having some health issues, and she decided not to tour as much. So yeah, it's
a lot of success.
Also, Barry Manilow, a lot of success.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't steal Barry's wardrobe. What movie was that from?
Well, I want to say that was it wasn't Christmas Vacation.
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. Okay.
Breakfast Club. Does Barry Manilow know you raided his wardrobe? That was that. That guy died. The older guy. What was his name? The teacher. The teacher. No, it was not. The principal was. That was fast. That was not. The principal was Ferris Bueller.
Right.
This guy was just like the detention monitor. I forget his name, but he passed away, I think, recently. So. Great movie from the 1980s. All right, you heard Dragon Ball. He is here with us because he is filling in for Cricket all week on traffic. How do the streets look right now, Mr. Dragon Ball?
Well, I mean, they're looking pretty decent right now. Got a couple. There was a lot of crashes this morning, surprisingly, once you got by.
And it wasn't as cold this morning as it was yesterday.
It wasn't as cold this morning, but it is potentially going to start getting really, really chilly here before too long here. I got that for your weather here in a little bit.
Cool. Let me hear it.
All right. From the O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Do you know how to do your job today?
I do know the job. I don't know if you're tossing to me.
He's waiting for that.
I was trying to do a subtle toss to you there.
He's just waiting. He's a by the books guy. He's just waiting for that.
Trying to do a
Dragon Ball with
subtle
your
toss
traffic.
to you.
Well, from the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We do have an accident with injuries reported over at East Silver Lake and South Kino Parkway. This one causing a lot of slowdowns in all directions as you approach the intersection there, so do be aware of that. We also have a hit and run being reported over at West Via Ingreso and South Mission. This having a little bit of slowdown on northbound Mission as you approach the three-way stop there. For your weather, we're currently at 77 degrees, but it's going to be cooling off pretty quickly here. We're going to drop all the way to the mid-50s here by 8 o'clock tonight. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28 on that huge holiday savings at Staples.
You know what people should talk about during the holidays? Politics. That is the worst.
No. Let me, Gary. That is the
Let me finish. The government's putting new mandates on ACs next year, right?
Right.
And prices will go up, right?
Right.
So, get a shiny new Grizzly AC from Alaskan AC before next year.
People will save money. I take it back. Gary, that is the best idea.
Nope.
Even better, a new Grizzly from Alaskan AC before the mandates begin, and you'll have no payments and no interest for a full year.
Nope. Even better. Get a new Grizzly from Alaskan AC. Save before the government mandate kicks in. No payments and no interest for a year. Plus a 10-year warranty on all parts and labor if something breaks down.
Now that's the Alaskan way. Big savings, no payments for a year, 10 years of no worries,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
This amazing Alaskan offer ends December 31st.
AlaskanAC.com.
'Tis the season for spreading joy, love, and find a new vehicle. Oro Ford's year-end sale is going on now with deals that'll brighten your holiday. Save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ford Edges, up to $10,000 on new 2024 Ford F-150s, and up to $8,000 on new 2024 Ford Super Duty trucks. And with no dealer add-ons and zero city sales tax, you'll save thousands more. This holiday season, take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson and save at Oro Ford's year-end sale. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's another episode in the continuing story of Tobacco Barn's fight to save Tucsonans on their favorite tobacco products.
The other store prices are so high.
I'm Captain Tobacco.
My hero.
Who's responsible for these outrageous prices?
I am.
Pardon me while I teach this fellow some manners.
At Tobacco Barn, save up to 40%. Pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation. And save up to $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
When your tobacco savings are stolen, get to Tobacco Barn.
Get up to 40% off. Pay no city or state sales tax. And up to another $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Captain Tobacco, I could just kiss you.
I know, ma'am. Animal magnetism. It's a gift I have to live with.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-568-2790. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-568-2790. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-568-2790. 800-568-2790 or biglou.com.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. Of all the dramatic things that I've ever seen in my life, I have to say, the hood man, Bill Belichick, coaching in college football, has got to be right near the very top. And yet somehow now it's a reality. Because now he's officially Chapel Bill. They're now Hood's heels, and they've got my attention along with everybody else's. I just can't believe that guy could not do better than them. No offense to North Carolina. I can't believe, though, it came down to the GOAT competing for a head coaching job with a guy who was a zero-time head coach, Tommy Rees. No offense, Tommy Rees. But whereas the Hood certainly could have done better than North Carolina, North Carolina could not have done better than the Hood. What an enormous swing. Who at North Carolina got it in their head that we could hire Bill Belichick? Somebody brilliant, because they just reeled in the white whale. Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Join right now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pixmas. Download the Prize Picks app today and use the code ROME, R-O-M-E, and get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code ROME, R-O-M-E, on Prize Picks to get a $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
O'Reilly. Need parts now? O'ReillyAuto.com can help. Need them fast? O'Reilly is fast. Whether you choose in-store pickup, same-day home delivery, or next-day home shipping, we've got you covered. Get more parts your way at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, as always, even though the holidays are upon us, a very busy sports weekend is ahead of us, and it continues really tonight, and we're pleased to be joined by the athletics director for the University of Arizona, Desiree Reed-Francois. And Desiree, the Fab Four, they're calling it, of the NIVC taking place just in a couple of hours at McHale Center. Arizona volleyball going to take on Northern Colorado, and a chance to advance to the championship game. Obviously, a lot of excitement about tonight, but I think a lot of people want to know, do we know yet if we're hosting the championship, and when might that be?
You're absolutely right. We play tonight, Northern Colorado, and fired up. I'm really excited to see this team to see tonight. And in terms of when we find out, don't know yet. We should find out a little more after tonight's contest.
Outstanding. Well, looking forward to it. The ladies have obviously rolled off 9 straight wins, back-to-back sweeps in this tournament. Pacific on Saturday night, and then winning last night's game against Wyoming. So looking for 2 more wins to finish with a 11-game winning streak. That would be incredible for Charita Stubbs and the second year of her program. What's kind of been fun for you watching the resurgence of this team?
I was here in the 90s, as you know, and Wildcat volleyball just has such a great, strong tradition. And it's fun to see, like, the stands getting filled, and it's the excitement around the team, but really just getting to know our student athletes. When you look at Avery and Carly, and we have the nucleus coming back next year, bodes really well for the program. And Coach Stubbs recruits at a really high level, so this is a good foundational block. When I was at a couple prior institutions, we hired a woman by the name of Dawn Sullivan. And just a few minutes ago, unfortunately, Dawn lost in the Sweet 16. But Dawn inherited, she built a program at UNLV, and her first year she went to the NIVC. And it's kind of fun for me. Our executive assistant here at Arizona was the captain of that volleyball team, and she's new here, and so she has been wearing us out about all things NIVC. But I did find out that Saturday we will find out if we get to host.
Outstanding. So we'll wait and see what happens on Saturday. But obviously first we got to get the win this evening against Northern Colorado, who had a great comeback yesterday, down 2-0 in their game against Arkansas State. And then obviously we've got a huge basketball game coming up in Phoenix on Saturday, the renewal of the rivalry with UCLA. I'm imagining you'll be up for that event. Any cool stuff happening around donors and alums up for that big engagement? I know Tommy talked today about how much he feels like the Phoenix market is an important market for this athletic department and his team to engage. What are some of the things that you guys are trying to do to really to make that a U of A market?
Absolutely. Phoenix market is an important market for us, and I think it's the 5th largest metro area in the United States, and we are the University of Arizona, and that's a big market that's part of us. So the Alumni Association has a pregame event starting at 10 at Stadium Bar and Grill. We also have several donor events on Friday, and it just should be a phenomenal weekend for basketball. Really looking forward to, this is a big game for us, and I think as Tommy mentioned in his press conference, UCLA is going to be, it's our top 25 program, and this is a good test for us, and we're really excited about it. We're expecting now. One thing I love about being in Phoenix or being in Las Vegas is our Wildcat Nation travels. So I am expecting to see a huge Wildcat fan base there. And, if you don't have tickets yet, Ticketmaster.com, but there is a lot of excitement around this game.
I know that, Tommy, one of the other things he kind of talked about was the dynamics of some of these neutral sites. Games like this, do you play it at a neutral site? What's the advantage of that? Do you do a home and home? The advantages of that, obviously being able to have a home game one year, but then the expenses that go into traveling the next year. What's your part in maybe helping to make those decisions about what's best, whether in terms from the financial side, if we should do these types of neutral site things, or whether we should try to go more towards a home and home?
We may go to a home and home, but we also like to be able to take the Wildcats on the road and to our entire state or areas that we have a large fan base, like Southern California. And, that's an important market, not only for our basketball program and our athletic department, but our entire university. So with our change in conference, being in California is going to be important for us. We like to be up in Phoenix and get out to see our Wildcats where they are. Las Vegas, I mean, one of my first memories here coming back and serving in this role was the Pac-12 basketball tournament in Las Vegas. And it might as well have been McHale. There were so many incredible fans there. So we look at scheduling very holistically. And yes, we have revenue numbers, and we want to make sure that we're here in Tucson, but we also want to get to our fans as well.
We're pleased to be joined by the athletics director at the University of Arizona, Desiree Reed-Francois. The holiday season is upon us, Desiree. This is always, a little bit maybe of a happy time, but nervous time for student athletes because they're dealing with finals. You're right there in the midst of the academic building. Well, what's the vibe been like as the kids are trying to finish the semester strong?
Our office has been packed with last-minute tutoring appointments, and it has just been a packed time, but it's wonderful. Anytime I get a chance to see students, I absolutely love it. And, we've had record-breaking academic success in the spring, and we look forward to continuing that trend this fall. So, our students are, people forget that our they may have play in front of 50,000 or 20,000 fans, they're students first, and they take their academics really seriously.
I know you mentioned last week, I think there's a lot of lawyers over there. Is there a lot of law students in the athletics realm? And do they come to you and ask you for help on some of their finals or whatever they've got to their term papers and all of that kind of thing?
I am pretty sure I would be absolutely useful in that. But we do have a lot of student athletes that are looking into potentially going to law school. And, the one thing about these last 3 weeks is while they're not studying, if they're not competing, we've done a lot of community service. And I think we've had our student athletes volunteer for about 400 hours over the last 3 weeks. And we look forward to whether it's the Tucson Community Tennis Program or the Community Food Bank or Artworks, or we just it's important for us that our students are out in the community. And we talked a little bit last week, coming up in the spring, we're going to reimagine our caravan and look forward to really getting out in the community and meeting people, going throughout the state and maybe a little bit of California as well. But that's going to be an important initiative for us in the spring.
I know we had a chance to talk a couple of weeks ago with Genesis Smith about the foundation that he started and, the programs that he's got going on during this Christmas season. You mentioned a lot of the teams do that as a group. Are you guys also helping to facilitate some of those one-on-one opportunities for athletes to try to maybe do what Genesis is doing?
That's definitely part of our overall community service initiative. And we want to have a myriad of options for our student athletes, whether it's, being at a middle school and the flag football team at Doolin Middle or the Pasquayaki Boys and Girls Club, creating craft kids for Kids of Steel. We really want to make sure and go to where our community needs us and also what interests our student athletes. Some student athletes, they really wanted to do a backpack drive this fall. And so we wanted to help support them in that initiative. So some students have something that's really important to their heart, and we want them to be lifelong leaders in their community. And that's giving back is a big part of that.
We're chatting with Athletics Director Desiree Reed-Francois. All right, Desiree, what's your home looking like in terms for Christmas? Do you go all in on the lights and a tree and all of that?
I really do. I love Christmas. It's such a wonderful time of year. And while I usually prefer to be at a bowl game, so some years my house is we barely have a Christmas tree because we're running around trying to get ready to go wherever the bowl games are sending us. But some years you get to stay home, and this year we'll be making tamales with the family, and yep, so that's what we're going to do.
Oh, you asked me off air about what one of my Christmas traditions was. I did forget to tell you that we do a year-long holiday tree at our house. So we don't take our tree down. we just changed the decorations to fit whatever time of the year. So I think after Christmas, we go to the pink lights for Valentine's Day. And then after that, we'll go to the green lights for St. Patrick's Day. And then we get into a 4th of July theme once we get into the May, June time frame. So that's kind of our thing that we do at our house.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm assuming it's not a real tree.
No. Not we're not doing a real tree. No, it's completely artificial. Yeah.
Are you kind of like the Griswolds, man? Like, are you that guy that has his lights on like all year round?
All year round. You can look into our house and see some type of light. We just took the orange, kind of the fall orange Halloween lights off. Yeah, it's a year round thing.
I love the spirit, and I love hearing that you got the inner Griswold in you.
Absolutely. Hey, you mentioned obviously bowl game. No bowl game for us, but there is a bowl game that takes place here. What's kind of in terms of what's been your take on the Arizona Bowl, the interaction that has with the University of Arizona, and any changes from the university side, and how you guys deal with that game at the stadium?
You know what? I'm really excited. This will be my first time going to the Arizona Bowl, and the athletic director at Miami of Ohio is a good friend of mine. I know the Colorado State AD a little bit, but not as well, but as the Miami of Ohio. And so she is in the middle of doing a coaching search right now, but I love having an opportunity to showcase Tucson. I'm also, we want to continue to make the fan experience as best we can be, and there's a couple of initiatives that the bowl game does that I want to go see. So I'll be going to the game, and I'm looking forward to watching it not only as a fan, but also seeing are there tweaks that we can continue to do with our game day experience. We brought in some secret shoppers this year, and there's a lot that we want to do to continue to enhance the game day experience. But overall, when we have a chance to host a bowl game, and anytime we can showcase our incredible community, we want to do that. And so I think the bowl game is great for Tucson.
And obviously, we had the opening of the transfer portal this week, Desiree, and a lot of fans out there, concerned with what they saw with the number of players that have gone into that for the football team. What's one thing as an athletics director what's the first thing I think that needs to change about this process and the way that it takes place? I know a lot of the coaches have come out and said it's at a bad time of year. You're dealing with bowl games and the season's still going on, and you got kids coming and going and leaving. As someone that works in this, what's the first thing you want to see changed about it?
Well, three things on that. The first is we've got to be really aggressive in the transfer portal. That's an opportunity to look at your roster and figure out where you have holes, and then go get find immediate short-term solutions. So I like it from a competitive standpoint. From an academic standpoint, I worry about those student athletes. And hey, we all know some of across the nation, some student athletes, maybe they had coaching transitions or whatever the case may be. Some student athletes maybe are encouraged to enter the transfer portal across the country. And I worry about those students that enter the transfer portal and what if they don't find a home? What's going to happen to our graduation rates? I worry a lot about that just from an educator standpoint. And the third point is just holistically looking at the transfer portal dates, and do we have the best model right now with the recruiting calendar? We are going to be very aggressive and providing all the support Coach Brennan needs to be able to maximize that competitive opportunity that the transfer portal brings. But I think as an industry, as an enterprise, we need to look at this calendar and listen to our coaches and just think about what's best for our students and our programs.
And before I let you go, one follow-up on that. Do you guys conduct exit interviews with kids when they leave to go somewhere else? Is that something that you guys do to kind of just find out what their experience was like, why they're leaving, if there's things that the university or athletic department could have done better to maybe facilitate them staying?
Yes. Our actually just yesterday, Dr. Valerdi, who is our faculty athletic rep, without coaches present, and this is for all of our programs, he or Coach Candrea conducts our exit interviews, and those occurred yesterday for football.
Outstanding. Well, Desiree?
Yeah, that was something. Yep,
Go ahead.
that was something new we put in because we want to make sure that we listen to our students, we hear about their experiences, and that way we can, if there are challenges, we want to make sure that we're addressing them. But I appreciate that Dr. Valerdi and Coach Candrea that they do it independent of the athletic department.
There you go. Outstanding, though. That's good to hear right there. Desiree, we always appreciate the opportunity to talk to you. Looking forward to tonight over at volleyball, and Saturday we'll see you up in Phoenix.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Bear down.
Bear down indeed. Desiree Reed-Francois, Athletics Director at the University of Arizona. Dragon Ball is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, sponsored by O'Reilly Chevrolet. Reminder about the closures that stay in effect until later on this year for the I-10 Ida-Ruthroff Improvement Project. You got the eastbound I-10 on and off ramps and the westbound I-10 on-ramp at Orange Grove remain closed, while the westbound I-10 Orange Grove off-ramp remains open. For your weather, we still got the 77 degrees right now. We'll be dropping into the 60s here by 6 o'clock in just a little while. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
You know the joke, why is Christmas like your job? You do all the work and the fat guy with the suit gets all the credit. We understand. That's why you might need a new sleigh. And you can do it right now during the Red Tag Sale.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner, so he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
It's a West Coast Showdown on Thursday night. I'm Sammy P, here to help you beat the books with BetQL. The LA Rams refuse to die, and they have another big opportunity tonight against their division rival in San Francisco. I bet Niners money line. The BetQL model also likes the home team. BetQL, San Fran minus 2.5 is a 5-star best bet. I'm Sammy P. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL and BetMGM apps today.
'Tis the season for spreading joy, love, and for find a new vehicle. Oro Ford's year-end sale is going on now with deals that'll brighten your holiday. Save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ford Edges, up to $10,000 on new 2024 Ford F-150s, and up to $8,000 on new 2024 Ford Super Duty trucks. And with no dealer add-ons and zero city sales tax, you'll save thousands more. This holiday season, take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson and save at Oro Ford's year-end sale. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lawn Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh yeah, the key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TIP to 321321. That's TIP to 321321.
My helmet saved me after they crashed into my motorcycle, but I still couldn't ride for weeks. The insurance company tried hammering me into a quick settlement. No way! I gave them the bird, the eagle, Goldberg and Osborne. Nobody knows Arizona like the eagle. Phoenix to Tucson, Flagstaff to Havasu, and every bit of blacktop in between. Wherever you go, the eagle is there. So if you've been injured, don't wait. Give the insurance company the bird.
Give them the bird. Call the Eagle. Goldberg and Osborne. 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
This is Jim Rome with a Sports Minute. According to Seth Wickersham's ESPN report this morning, shout out to Seth, great journal, Belichick's move is, quote, a big bleep you to the NFL. That according to a source. Another source is quoted as saying that Belichick is, quote, tired of the stupidness of the NFL. End of quote. My reaction, sure he's not. I'm Jim Rome.
Hey sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Thursday night report absolutely free on recorded message line 1-800-244-5506. Los Angeles at San Fran. With a talented group of receivers, LA can create big plays in a passing game, and San Francisco's ability to pressure the quarterback and disrupt offensive plays is unparalleled. Tonight's going to be a monster game. I've got the side and total. That's two big plays. John Anthony has you covered. Call now. Hear them for free on recorded message. 1-800-244-5506. 1-800-244-5506. You want the information? I've got it. San Francisco, LA, side and total. I'd love to go 2-0 on the next 4 days on me. 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Back to serve once again. Goes after Cisneros again, but it's another perfect pass. Jalen Hodge, and she connects! Jalen Hodge puts away the first set. The bump set to Cisneros. Dug with one hand by Winter. Wilson. Arizona wins set number 2. Heath. And Arizona is going to the Fab Four. The Cats are heading to the semifinals thanks to a 3-0 sweep. What a match, what a win for Arizona, the 9th straight for the Wildcats.
Danny Martinez on the call last night. The legendary Danny Martinez, former PA announcer at... He might still be the PA announcer at Hillenbrand Stadium. I know he's doing some other stuff with the volleyball program now. He may still be doing that as well. Wildcats last night knock off Wyoming in a sweep. 25-19, 25-18, 25-17. They're in the Fab Four of the National Invitational Volleyball Championships with the Fab Four, as you heard him say. So 4 teams are left in this thing. Actually, I think it's 3 at the moment because I think one of the other teams is playing tonight on the other side of this bracket. So currently there are actually 5 teams left in the Fab Four, of which the Arizona Wildcats are one of those. And they'll play tonight against Northern Colorado at 6 o'clock over at McHale Center for a chance to go to the championship game of this event. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's chat with Frank. You're on DK on the Sports Tip, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, David. Yes, following up on volleyball, my wife and I have been having a great time watching the team advance to the Fab Four, and everything has been great. And they have outstanding players, and the coach is doing a great job. The only thing that's bad is the attendance. The attendance has been abysmal. So I'm not even going to say what the number is because it's embarrassing. So I just would like to just encourage anyone who is interested to go out to McHale's this evening and watch our team and support our team. Hopefully they'll be in the final two, and that might be here, might not be here, but so I hope they go out this evening.
Yeah, it's a little under 1,000 last night. I watched it on ESPN Plus, and the stands were not as full as I think a lot of us would hope that they would be for this postseason event. I can remember, obviously, a few years ago when the basketball team played and the women's basketball team played in the NIT, and that just became such a thing. And we broke all kinds of attendance records. It would be nice. I don't know. You're not going to get to that level. I think with volleyball, it's just a different type of sport, but it would be nice to see more than 771 people there for sure. I agree with you, Frank.
Yeah, that might be the paid amount, but I think it's fewer than that. I could be there, but the main thing is to get there, and yeah, feels very much like the basketball NIT, and I think it's a step into making it to the NCAA next year. And, building a great program. I wanted to also follow up on what Desiree said, actually what I'm wondering about is, yes, there are a lot of Wildcats in the transfer portal, and that's very discouraging, but is it possible that the Tucson donors with deep pockets will come up and help to keep them in Tucson? I think that happened last year with one or two players. So I'm hoping, do you think that's possible? Have you heard that there are efforts to keep them here?
They're absolutely working behind the scenes to establish better NIL deals for the players that you definitely want to try to keep. I mean, it's a mix. We talked about it yesterday. There's 24 guys in there right now. JDEP believes that at least half of those will come back. I think maybe it's going to be a little bit smaller number than half. But, yeah, again, this is the only opportunity these kids have to kind of really find out what their worth is. And if they think that, U of A is offering me, $500,000, but if I can get maybe $750,000 or $1 million from another school, then I got to at least, the only way I'm going to find that out is if I get into the transfer portal and somebody calls and says, yeah, we like you and we can give you this. And again, we point back to the fact that a lot of these kids are not going to play in the National Football League. So this is their one opportunity to really have an opportunity to make a nice piece of change doing what they love. So how many come back, we'll wait and see. But they are definitely working behind the scenes to create a better NIL, create a better NIL.
Yeah, that's a very encouraging. I hope we can keep them. Right now, if we lose all those defensive players, there's no way that they can be a good team next year, regardless of what the offense might be. And, of course, they're hurting, not doing that well with the offensive line either. So, okay, thank you, David.
Thank you, Frank.
And let's get some people out to the game this evening.
Let's get some butts in the seats at McHale Center for the Fab Four of the NIVC, for sure. All right now, it is time for our Miller Lite Pigskin Challenge. Miller Lite Pigskin Challenge. Right now, we're taking the first caller, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I pick the game. Can you pick the winner? $25 up for grabs. We had a winner this past week. So we've got This is week 15. So we got 15, 16, 17, 18. We have 4 weeks of NFL football left. 4 weeks to go. So right now is your opportunity. 520-848-1290. We'll take the first caller. I've got some good games here to choose from this weekend. Always like kind of seeing what the potential of some of these games are. Should we pick tonight's game? Rams 49ers. We generally do not pick the Thursday night game? Should I let you pick the game? I've done that before. I probably will do that at least one more time this season. I'll let you pick the game one more time. We'll let you do that. I don't know that that's going to be this week, though. Seahawks, Packers, that's a good game on the schedule. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. Bills, Lions. Wow. That could be a Super Bowl preview. In Detroit. I'd like to see that game. I'm going to be up in Phoenix, and I was thinking about going to the Cardinals game this Sunday, but the Bills and the Lions are playing at the same time. Would I rather, find a good place to watch the Bills and the Lions, or would I rather go watch a 3-10 Patriots team and a 6-7 Cardinals team? Let's talk to Ray. Ray, you are on tap for the Miller Lite Pink Skin Challenge. How are you, Ray?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. What's your favorite NFL team?
Favorite NFL team is the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears.
A lot of Chicago Bear. I think you're not the first Chicago Bear fan that we've had play this game with us over the course of the last 2 years. So are you happy? Are you sad? 4-9? Are you about what you expected? They're 0-6 on the road, and they play at Minnesota this weekend.
Hey, disappointing, no doubt, but there's a lot of positive things to look forward to for the upcoming years for sure.
Okay, well, I just talked about the game of the week, so I think we're going to go with this one because this is a really good one. This could be the Super Bowl preview. It's the Buffalo Bills at the Detroit Lions, Ford Field in Detroit on Sunday. Lions are 6-1 at home. Bills are 4-3 on the road. Lions are a 2.5-point favorite, but we don't play the spread here. I just am letting you know that for your purposes. I picked the game, Bills-Lions. Can you pick the winner? Ray.
Absolutely can. Buffalo Bills win this game outright.
Wow. Why do you think they're going to go in there and beat what's the best Lions team in my lifetime?
It's a tough game for sure, but the way the game went down last week in L.A. against the Rams, they are going to be fighting to come back, and they're going to take them out, man.
All right. That's a good way to put it. That was a shootout. I think our sales guy Keith Rosenblatt was at that game. He and his son, they're big Rams fans, and they went out for that game, and they saw a show for sure. So all right, Bills Lions. That's the game. Ray is picking the Bills. Ray, stay on the line. JW Madden is going to get your information. We will reconvene with you early next week to find out how that game went on Sunday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Ray is in for a chance to win $25 from Miller Lite. If he doesn't win, he's still going to get a prize pack from Miller Lite. And then next week, somebody else will have a chance to win $50 in our Miller Lite Pig Skin Challenge. All right. I've got a prop play coming up for you for tonight's Monday night, for tonight's Thursday night game. We're not carrying it, but I still got a prop play for you as well as we give you your BetQL best bets. That's coming up here right after the break. DKL Sports Tip, you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We do have an accident with unknown injuries at North Stone Avenue and East Altura Street. This is just north of Stone and Grant's intersection. Be aware of that. And we have the closures on I-10 and Ruthoff Improvement Project, also including the Sunset closure. The westbound I-10 on and off ramps remain closed till late 2025. Still at 77 degrees, but we'll be cooling down here to about 75 here in the next hour. I'm Dragon Ball here in Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance offers a great price and round-the-clock protection when bundling home and auto. It's one of those rare times where you could save money and get something great. Bundle today at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma!
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Your new Total Wine & More in Mesa has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Now open at Superstition Gateway West, same plaza as Walmart. Drink responsibly, B21.
Why are we named Wildcats Radio 1290? You want answers? Because we outwork everyone else in town to bring you the very best coverage of the Cats. That's why we are the home of the Arizona Wildcats, the one and only Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tune in to DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290 Thursday afternoons to compete in the Miller Lite Pigskin Challenge, where you can win money by placing a bet on the right team this football season. More info at wildcatsradio1290.com.
'Tis the season for spreading joy, love, and for find a new vehicle. Oro Ford's year-end sale is going on now with deals that'll brighten your holiday. Save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ford Edges, up to $10,000 on new 2024 Ford F-150s, and up to $8,000 on new 2024 Ford Super Duty trucks. And with no dealer add-ons and zero city sales tax, you'll save thousands more. This holiday season, take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson and save at Oro Ford's year-end sale. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Are you the decision maker in your company? There's a better option for a corporate card and spend management system. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card that tracks and verifies your expenses for you, saving your team valuable time and your business money. With Ramp, you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free, ramp.com/free.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience. Many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We are the sports station that Tucson turns to for all the latest news when it comes to Arizona football, along with Arizona football play-by-play. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Live from the CNWT.
Wait, what's the CNWT? Central Northwest Tucson. Duh.
It's DK on the Sports Tip with your host, David Kelly.
Radio. Just when I thought I was out, they drug me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm naked.
David Amata.
Hey, that's Dragon Ball to you.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Melt Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but 3 first names, David Scott Kelly.
Hour number 2 of a 2-hour show today. We've got the Tommy Lloyd Radio Show coming up for you, starting at 5 o'clock from the Union Public House. So head on out there for the first Tommy Lloyd Show. I understand they're going to be having it outside on the main stage, so in the courtyard. I believe they do Brent Brennan inside, but they'll be doing Tommy Lloyd outside. So, bring a coat if you might get a little chilly, but it's a nice day today, a little bit warmer today than it was yesterday. And an hour earlier. So, right at the start of happy hour. I might start calling it the Tommy Lloyd Happy Hour Show, because it starts at 5 o'clock. That'll be every Thursday, or most Thursdays anyway. At 5 o'clock, you'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. The Dia Barnes radio show begins next week. That'll be on KTUC AM 1400. And I believe that's going to maybe have some different dates to it with this new Big 12 scheduling. But next week it is on a Tuesday. I think they're scheduled to have it, or at least try to have that most Mondays, mostly on Mondays, but it'll be Tuesday next week. And I do believe that is at the Sands Club again this year. So go out and listen to Adia Barnes as well. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. I have got for you right now a best bet. How about that? Right, easy, Fred Flintstone. It's not that crazy. If you start sounding like Fred, it's time to call. What is it? 800 gambling help or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Don't get crazy there, Fred. All right. This BetQL Top Play is brought to you locally by Oral Ford, 3950 West Highway 77 in Oracle.
I'm Michael Jenkins, helping you beat the books with BetQL. Week 15 in the NFL gets underway with a Thursday night matchup in the NFC West. The Rams visit the Niners tonight, and the BetQL model is on a touchdown prop for the LA running back. Kyron Williams has scored in 3 straight games and facing a Niners defense that has given up 19 rushing touchdowns on the season. Price is a bit juicy, but the BetQL model is playing it anyway. They're taking Williams to find the end zone as their best player prop on Thursday night. I'm Michael Jenkins. Bet smarter and beat the books with BetQL, and download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so Kyron Williams of the Rams, that is the prop to score a touchdown tonight. That is coming in at minus 159, which means your $12.90 bet on that one is going to yield you a win of $8.13. The prop is on the Rams, but everybody seems to be leaning on the Niners in this game, despite the fact the Niners have not necessarily been playing all of that well, and the Rams, put up 45 points last week in their game against Buffalo. But everybody, the five-star play from BetQL on this game is to take the Niners minus the 3 points over the Rams tonight. Is that surprising to you, J-Dub, that first of all, that the 49ers are even favored in this game, as well as the Rams are playing? That's a little bit of a surprise to me. But that people are saying take the 49ers and lay the 3 points in this game. I don't know. The way the Rams played last week, I think if I'm betting, I would probably be taking
Does
the
anybody
Rams.
want to win the NFC West is the question.
Well, I think the Seahawks want to win it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Seahawks currently have a 2-game lead, right? There's a lot of teams hovering around that 500. Here's my question. That the BetQL mentioned that Kyron Williams has scored in 4 straight.
Right.
I'm sorry, 3 straight. He's had a touchdown in 3 straight games.
Yeah.
Prior to that, he did not have a touchdown in 4 straight games. And the first 6 games of the season, he did have a touchdown. So the first 6 games of the season, he started out touchdown in every one, at least one. Then he went on a 4-game stretch, and then in the last 3, he's had a touchdown in every one. So it's either hit or miss. Put it that way.
All right. So the bet also, they're saying take the Niners on the money line. That's minus 148, and then if you lay the points at minus 105 on the Niners tonight, that's going to get you maybe a little bit more than that Kieran bet. That'll be a $12.38 return on your $12.90 bet. Last night we took an L, J-Dub. We took an L on the Knicks. And the Hawks, it was Knicks minus 8 in that ball game, but Trae Young.
Remember what I said?
Trae Young and company coming up big at Madison Square Garden last night.
Like I said, Trae likes the big lights. I mean, there's a long story to. I mean, we all remember the playoff. What was it, 3 years ago? I think when Trae basically single-handedly knocked the Knicks out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
A lot of players in the history of that building, DK. I mean, you know as well as anybody, that building has always brought out the best. A lot of players. Trae Young, I really like that Knicks team a lot better than the Hawks team. But hey, you know, when you're talking about one player can do so much for a team's confidence. What do you think about the extracurriculars, like the rolling of the dice at half court and all that?
Yeah, that's come on,
I think Brunson said, was asked if what he felt about that, and he said, "Well, we got to win the game."
Yeah,
it's not quite the planting of the flag, but it's hey, I'm Trae Young, I'm back in town to make all you Knicks fans go home sad.
Yeah, well, that's what he did. He absolutely did that. A big game though for Karl Anthony Towns, 19 points, 19 rebounds, just one each short of a 2020 game for him. But again, Trae Young, 22 points on and 11 assists. And Atlanta is headed to Las Vegas and not the Knicks. Now, in the nightcap, so we took an L on that one. Knicks -8, Hawks win by 8. In the nightcap, what a finish to that one between the Warriors and the Rockets.
The Rockets have not beaten Golden State since February of 2020. Incredibly. It's a 1-point game. Got a 3-second difference, shot to game clock as Brooks chases Curry. And everyone's standing here in Houston. Curry steps back on a launch, he missed it. Fight for the rebound, Payton. Poked away, 5 seconds. But does Green have possession? And Billy Kennedy says foul on the Warriors. What a sequence of events as Steve Kerr is in disbelief. Golden State is out of fouls, and so that will result in free throws for Houston and Jalen Green. Unbelievable. With a trip to Vegas hanging in the balance. Jalen Green, a 22-year-old budding star, has given the Rockets a 1-point lead with 3.5 left. The Rockets, the number 2 defensive rated team in the NBA. Do they have one more stop in them here tonight? Krajewski, the inbounder. Can't find anyone, gets it to Curry, back to Krajewski, they got a piece, and it is over here in Houston. The Houston Rockets have punched their ticket to Las Vegas and the semifinal round of the NBA Cup.
Crazy ending to that ball game, and you heard him say that Steve Kerr was in disbelief. We'll hear from Steve Kerr coming up a little bit later.
We were all in disbelief.
Yeah,
DK.
That was a little bit of a nutty ending there.
Well, I mean, I've watched 2,000 plus NBA games in my life, and I've seen a lot of guys go to the ground, and it's almost always the player gets the timeout or they call a jump ball, one of the two. And in that situation, under 10 seconds to go, it's very, very odd that they called the foul there when there could have easily been a foul called prior to that when Van Fleet jumped on I can't remember who it was. It was Gary Payton the second had the ball. Van Fleet jumped on him. That could have been a foul. Then he tried to pass it, and they called the foul on the reaching while everybody on the court was trying to call a timeout. Yeah. I think in that situation, we'll obviously hear from Coach Kerr later, but you want to make sure that the players decided on the court. That was not the case, but I will say this. The reason the Warriors really lost that, they had a 8-point lead with a minute to go. They kind of faltered down the stretch, but that shot by Curry, guys, was 10 seconds left on the shot clock, or 12 seconds left in the game, 9 on the shot, because there was a 3-second difference. So basically, they had a 1-point lead. Curry had Dylan Brooks on him, everybody's favorite villain, Dylan Brooks, and he gave him a drive to the basket, step back, got quite a bit of separation, had a really nice look at it, DK, but that was a Steph Curry kill shot attempt, where if that ball goes in, Steph makes it the 3, it's a 4-point game with 9 seconds to go, it's over. What Steph probably needs to do there is not take that shot with 11, 12 seconds on the clock, because there was a 3-second difference. So if they shoot at the shot clock buzzer, the ball in the air and the fight for the rebound, the game very easily could have been over if they had just waited until the end, Steph being Steph. But the call I completely disagree with. I think, the tip your cap to the Rockets. They played great defense. It's a very good young defensive team. They haven't made the playoffs since Harden was there. And before COVID is the last time the Rockets were in the playoffs. Playing really well right now, but as far as that final call, you got to call a timeout. You got to give the Rockets the timeout they were calling for in that situation, or call a jump ball, one of the two, because the Warriors were already over the limit. It sent the Jalen Green to the line. He makes both free throws. That was a very unfortunate way to end that game.
It kind of sparked memories of a game that happened last year. If I'm not mistaken, it was a game in Madison Square Garden with the Knicks where just guys were diving on top of the ball, hitting each other and things of that nature. And in the final 2-minute report that came out, I was like, oh, no, we missed a couple fouls. We missed a couple of contacts and things of that nature. Just everybody going wherever it is that they had to go to get to the ball. And it just makes me think to myself, you know what? I'm getting kind of tired of the final 2-minute report because it doesn't change the game. It just makes me go, why didn't you call it then?
The biggest problem is what we talked about maybe with that Wisconsin game with the U of A basketball team, where you have to adjust, DK, to the way that the refs are calling the game. So if they call it super tight early, you want to adjust to that and change your course of action based on that. Well, that game last night between the Rockets and the Warriors was a fist fight. I mean, there was a lot of contact. It was a super physical game. And the refs made a very clear decision early to let the players play. They weren't calling a lot of fouls. So how you go an entire length of a game without calling a lot of touch fouls and then, let the one foul go and not. And I'm not rooting for Steve Kerr. I'm not rooting for the Warriors at all. I just would rather see games like that decided in play as opposed to giving Jalen Green 2 free throws there. It should have been a jump ball. It should have been a timeout.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll hear from Coach Kerr coming up a little bit later. Dragon Ball getting you home right now every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. There's a reminder, 6th Street between Stone Avenue and Church Avenue, still closed to all travel. This will stay in effect till spring of 2025. Westbound 6, you'll be directed northbound at the Stone Avenue and 6th Street intersections, while eastbound 6, you can get around that closure. You just have to go ahead and use Granada or Church Avenue to do so. For your weather right now, we're finally getting to the drops right now. 75 degrees now. We're going to be dropping another 4 here in another hour as we get ready to hit into the 60s there by 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by PayPal.
This season, the PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get exclusive cashback offers in the app. And with the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay. PayPal.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale, and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for your holiday travel. And beyond the amazing low total tire prices, we'll include Jack's Plus Pack, a dozen tire-related services like touchless mounting, computerized balancing, new rubber stems, including the reset for tire pressure monitoring systems. Plus, you'll also get a lifetime of tire maintenance, rotations, rebalancing, and tire repairs. Jack's Plus Pack is a $249 value, and it's included with your new set of tires. We'll even throw in a free wheel alignment check if you want it, and it's all at the guaranteed lowest price. Get ready for holiday travel at any of Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 area locations. Call, stop by, or visit us online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
'Tis the season for spreading joy, love, and for find a new vehicle. Oro Ford's year-end sale is going on now with deals that'll brighten your holiday. Save up to $11,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ford Edges, up to $10,000 on new 2024 Ford F-150s, and up to $8,000 on new 2024 Ford Super Duty trucks. And with no dealer add-ons and zero city sales tax, you'll save thousands more. This holiday season, take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson and save at Oro Ford's year-end sale. Restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Are you the decision maker in your company? There's a better option for a corporate card and spend management system. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card that tracks and verifies your expenses for you, saving your team valuable time and your business money. With Ramp, you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. ramp.com/free.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm here to announce the new collaboration, the Snoop Dogg, Arizona. Presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Sue.
You're invited to a historic day for Tucson on Saturday, December 28th.
I'll be there.
This is big time Tucson with a tailgate festival starting at 10 a.m.
Will you be there?
Then at 2:30, it's the only bowl game with all net proceeds to charities.
We'll see you there.
With tickets at thearizonabowl.com, it's doggone good for Tucson. Tickets at thearizonabowl.com.
You know what people should talk about during the holidays? Politics. That is the worst.
No. Let me, Gary. That is the...
Let me finish. Government's putting new mandates on ACs next year, right?
Right.
And prices will go up, right?
Right.
So, get a shiny new Grizzly AC from Alaskan AC before next year. People will save money. I take it back. Gary, that is the best idea.
Nope. Even better, a new Grizzly from Alaskan AC before the mandates begin, and you'll have no payments and no interest for a full year.
Nope. Even better. Get a new Grizzly from Alaskan AC. Save before the government mandate kicks in. No payments and no interest for a year. Plus a 10-year warranty on all parts and labor if something breaks down.
Now that's the Alaskan way. Big savings, no payments for a year, 10 years of no worries,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
This amazing Alaskan offer ends December 31st.
AlaskanAC.com.
O'Shea Jackson Jr. and TJ Jefferson bring their unique take on sports entertainment with no contest wrestling, with guests like WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff.
You are an excellent villain. Oh, I appreciate that. Did that ever just kind of wear on you sometimes? The only time it got difficult is when they weren't doing loudly enough. As long as I could get the crowd to hate me, that means we were making money and we were doing things right. So the more the better.
The No Contest Wrestling Podcast, part of the Rich Eisen Podcast Network, wherever you listen.
Like us on Facebook at Wildcats 1290 for all the latest news on the Arizona Wildcats, including exclusive original content and interviews. This is the exclusive home of Arizona football. Wildcats Radio 1290.
I'm Bridget Condon with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Bill Belichick is heading back to school, agreeing to a 3-year, $30 million deal to become the new head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Belichick was on the Pat McAfee show earlier this week and said if he did take the job, it would be an NFL program at a college level and an education that would get the players ready for their career after football, whether that's the end of their college career or the end of their pro career. Belichick's father, Steve, was an assistant football coach at UNC from 1953 to 1955. Meantime, the NFL announcing the first ever regular season game will be played in Berlin, Germany in 2025 as the league continues to expand its global footprint. The Berlin game will be played at the iconic Olympic Stadium and will mark the 5th regular season game in Germany. The NFL has successfully held regular season games in Munich and Frankfurt since 2022. This has been NFL Network Now on Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare and you want out, you need to get the facts. Wesley Financial Group and its founder, Chuck McDowell, have helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshares permanently, and he may be able to help you too. Call right now. Chuck will send you a timeshare exit information guide free explaining how your timeshare works and all your options for cancellation. You want to call Wesley Financial Group, 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. Once again, 800-761-0000.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at tryethos.com. That's tryethos.com.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290. It's the Wildcat Hour, which means it's time for our Arizona Insiders.
Am I late?
No, my boy, you're just in time. Each weekday, Wildcats Radio 1290 brings you all the latest news and opinions of UMA basketball and the Big 12. So bear down, Wildcat Nation, and let's talk Arizona basketball. Our Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Coors Light, an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Coors Light. Choose chill.
All right, but before we get to basketball, we got to talk some football with our guy, the captain, Kelvin Ifan, who joins us now as he normally does on Thursdays. Kelvin, 24 guys, well, actually now 25. 25 guys in the transfer portal for the University of Arizona. What do you make of that?
Well, I'm not surprised. In this day and time where guys get the opportunity to see what their value is in the portal as far as being able to make money, as far as to be able to get playing position. If you look at a lot of these guys are looking for playing time, and then you got some of the older guys that are probably looking to, cash out, before their career is over. They're juniors or seniors and just trying to, probably get as much money as they can get. But, I'm one of the guys that kind of understand that when a new coach comes in, man, it's hard for guys. I've been saying this for a while. It's hard for guys to adjust to a new coach after they've had success with their old coach.
Absolutely. No question about that. You sent out a tweet a couple of hours ago. I want to read it to the folks in case they didn't see it. It says, players are going to be calling Arizona for opportunities to play in the Big 12. If you're a baller, you want playing time, much appreciation to all the players going and coming. That was what Kelvin Ifan had to say a few hours ago. And Kelvin, the interesting thing we talked about yesterday, and we kind of began to see this 2 years ago when you had the three players that left Arizona for USC, Christian Roland Wallace, Keon Bars, and Dorian Singer. And that's kind of what this is going to be. And I think fans are going to have to quickly accept, look, Arizona's a good program, but it's also going to be a stepping stone program. It's going to be a feeder program. There's going to be guys that are going to come here that are going to maybe be 2 stars or 3 stars, and they're going to play. They're going to take every full advantage of all that Arizona's going to offer them, become good players, and then they might want that next challenge that's out there at a higher level. Division I, and we might call one of the elite schools, like a Texas, like an Auburn, where Wendell Moy took a visit. That we just have to accept that that's going to be the case moving forward. Just like last year we saw Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. We talked about him all season long. A young man that put up 1,000 yards in a group of 5. Then he wanted that next challenge, and for him, that school was the University of Arizona. There's going to be players at that level who performed well, and now Arizona's going to be their next destination. That's kind of what this is going to be. Arizona's going to be a feeder school. You may lose some guys to bigger programs. You're going to get some guys from lower programs.
Yeah, and you're going to get some guys from bigger programs that want to get some playing time and come down and prove that they're better than, some of the situations that they're at, stuck behind 2 and 3 other 5 stars. So they want to come to a school like Arizona and prove that they're good enough to make it. So, yeah, I mean, to me, it's a more than anything, it's a money game where, the people that are playing those high-stake games is going to put the money up to get the guys, and the other teams are going to, suffer a little bit because they're going to lose some guys. But I feel like when you lose some guys, you get a chance to gain some guys, though. I mean, I think that's just how this goes. I mean, a lot of times in college, I said this before, a lot of times in college, guys have one good year, their junior or their senior year, and they leave early, or it's their senior year and they're out of eligibility. So this is kind of how it goes. If you get 2 good years out of a guy, you really done great. But if you got one, I think everything it's kind of worth it. So for guys to be able to play well and improve their chances of moving forward, to me, isn't that what college is supposed to be about?
Absolutely. There's no question about that right there. Kelvin Ifan, the captain, is joining us. He is your Arizona Insider, brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light is an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Coors Light. Choose chill. We had Desiree Reed-Francois on in the 3 o'clock hour, and she was very pointed in her first statement about this situation. She said, we have got to be aggressive in the transfer portal. We've got to be aggressive in that space. So as many guys, and again, I don't know, 24 guys. I mean, we've seen it happen in other schools. I mean, Colorado brought in 40 plus guys. So if that's
and
what
ASU, I mean, did ASU bring in last? I know people hate to compare to ASU, but the reality is, I think ASU brought in 39 guys.
Right. Yeah, that's
I mean, and they
what it
turned
might
things
take.
around right away, because they got some guys in that wanted to advance their career. They brought some guys in that left Michigan State, came be the quarterback there. They brought Scatterbo from Sacramento State. It's just how it is. You can turn things around right away. I wouldn't be surprised. I want people to hear this from me. I would not be surprised once they get their guys out the portal, add in their high school guys. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to a lower tier bowl game next year. I would not be surprised because that's how it is now when you're getting all these guys. You just got to hit on some of them.
Absolutely. There's no question. You got to hit on the right ones. And again, the more the merrier. You get as many guys in, and then you let them filter out as if you get them in at the break here and they can go through the spring workouts and spring ball, and then you can kind of reassess and like I said earlier, attack the portal again with the second window, because then you'll probably have your new OC, your new DC, and you'll have a feel for what this is going to be moving forward. All right, let's switch our attention to basketball coming up this weekend. A big matchup against UCLA coming off the win over Southern Utah. Now, obviously, when we were doing the postgame show on Saturday, Kelvin, we were not clearly aware of what the situation was with Carter Bryant getting a second start, and then we had a chance to hear from the coach after you left. And he said that was something in which KJ Lewis came to him and said, look, I think I would be better for this team coming off the bench, maybe bringing a different energy with a different rotation. And that's how it was set into motion, at least for that game last Saturday against Southern Utah. And Tommy indicated today he felt like that's probably going to stay that way, at least for this game against UCLA. But what does that – I mean, that says a lot about that young man that, again – he assessed the situation and said, maybe I'm better in this position than starting.
You know what, man? It's crazy, man. When you're on teams with other great leaders and guys that have made sacrifices for the team, you kind of learn from that a little bit. And he was over there at Duncanville where he had to take a back seat after he left his school in El Paso. He went to Duncanville in Dallas, one of the top teams in the nation, and took a back seat and helped that team win a national championship. The same thing when he came to Arizona. He watched a guy named Pelle Larson, take the back seat, go to be a sixth man, and watch him propel that into an NBA career. And so I think that this kid is just being smart, man. He played well coming off the bench last year. I think coming off the bench this year is a smart idea because Bradley is being real aggressive with the ball. We know KJ Love is trying to get his. We're still trying to get Townsend going. So, KJ Lewis is going to kind of be the odd guy out. So it's smart of him to say, you know what, let me come off the bench and bring that punch coming off the bench and, help our team out a little bit because, you got the young fella, Carter Bryant, which I think has a lot of skills and defensive abilities and rebound abilities, which he showed in the last game. And I think by putting him in the game, maybe you get a better spark from him, but you get a better punch from KJ Lewis and Del Arso coming off that bench together, I believe.
Yeah, and you got to like the defense that he gives you to create that transition, which they've been struggling with. And that could be part of it. Is like we got to figure out a way to get this transition game going, which is such a part of our identity and who we are. And a defensive catalyst like that coming off the bench could really be a guy. And we saw it just him, the way he can read passing lanes and jump passes and get out on the break on his own and get dunks. I mean, that could be what allows you to get that transition game going.
Exactly, DK. You're right, man. You really getting this basketball thing. So, because you know what it is? As a player like KJ Lewis, he's sitting there and he's getting a chance to watch 5 minutes of the game flow, of how these guys are playing, how they're throwing it in the passing lanes. He already knows his assignment, but he's getting a chance to see it live action and what you need to do to go in and disrupt and make an impact right away. And as you said, on the defensive end, what better place is it to be? And first of all, I want to say this too. I mean, people get too caught up in the starting thing. You know, I know us as players, sometimes we do. But at the end of the day, as J-Dub know, it's all about who ends up finishing the game more than likely, who the coach really trusts, right? So, you know, and who ends up getting the most amount of minutes. Check the minutes between those two guards, Carter Bryant and KJ. I guarantee you KJ is probably going to be getting at least 10 more minutes than him. And it's because of the intangibles that we talked about right now. He has a little edge on him because of, again, the experience of playing last year, going against the Pella Larsons, of the world last year at practice every day. And I just think that having an energizer guy like him coming off the bench could never hurt you.
Chatting with our captain, Kelvin Ifan, joining us. He's our Arizona Insider on this Thursday, brought to you by Coors Light. Coors Light is an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Coors Light, choose chill. Kelvin, before we let you get out of here, obviously, when you go into a game against a rival, UCLA, I think this is going to be a little bit more of a crazed dynamic because you only get this one opportunity. I mean, for so many years, you had most seasons 2 opportunities to play them. Maybe even a lot of seasons you had a 3rd opportunity to play them in the postseason in the Pac-12 tournament. But now it's one shot to beat the Bruins. I think that's even going to bring the energy level, the intensity level to maybe a place we haven't seen it in this rivalry lately.
I'm wondering how that energy really is going to be because you think about it, UCLA, I don't think they really have many guys who've played in this game.
That's true.
Right? And then you think of Arizona guys, you have a few of our guys that maybe played once in this game or whatnot with Love and Bradley and those guys, so they understand that game. But a lot of the guys don't really, understand that UCLA rivalry. So I can't wait to see how the energy is going to be behind it. But 2 guys that I do know understand is Cronin and Lloyd. So they're going to get these guys revved up. And both of these teams need those quality wins because later on down the road, you're going to need those quality wins when they start counting up the points and different things as far as seeding goes when it comes to the NCAA tournament. Another thing I wanted to talk about was about transfer was think about it, in basketball, we always have taken advantage of other teams of taking their players. Mm-hmm. The guys come to our school to get a chance to play in the NBA and get chances to better their profile. So, we've taken advantage of it on that side as far as basketball is concerned. And we're going to have to deal with a little bit of losing some guys in football, but hopefully we'll get the program to a point to where this will be a destination spot where guys want to stay and finish their career.
Well, real quick, Kevin, let me ask you this question. If they don't win this game, because this is the last one against the Power 5 or Power 4 that's not in conference. If they don't win this game and you've got 5 losses against Power 4s in your non-conference, how much does that hurt them in the eyes of the committee down the road, do you think? If they're a middling, I guess, Big 12 team.
That I think it will definitely hurt you because they look for any reason to figure out a way, to
exclude you from the process.
Exactly. So they look for anything. So yeah, I think it's a huge game, especially being a neutral site. I think if you can win that game and UCLA ends up having a good year, it looks good on our guys. But I think it's going to come down to conference, man, anyway. I think it really is. I think the days of just scheduling a tough non-conference is cool. And I think it's going to be even more important because of getting ready for conference play. But I think now with these super conference that they have built up, especially like the Big 12 with all the chances to play the quality opponents with all the rankings, I think it's going to be more about how you play in conference that's going to have to do with your chances of getting into the big dance.
All right, Kelvin, we'll talk to you early Saturday morning, 9:30 sharp.
Hey, I see you guys did.
Thanks to Coors Light for bringing you today's Arizona Insiders on Wildcats Radio 1290. Coors Light is an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Choose chill.
All right, much more coming up for you. We will take you right up to about 5:02, getting you set for the Tommy Lloyd Radio Show, which is out at the Union Public House today. We'll dive into a few more elements with you and let you hear also. Again, we got volleyball tonight. We'll let you hear from Steve Kerr coming up, as well as we'll let you hear from Jordan Wilson as she gets ready to take her team into the Fab Four tonight of the NIVC. DK on the Sports Tip. Dragmall getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. We have an accident with injury over at East Pima Street and North Craycroft Road. This is causing some slowing on westbound Pima and southbound Craycroft, as well as a crash on the right shoulder of I-10 westbound. This is near North Freeway, milepost 258, so be sure to go ahead and get out of there before you go ahead and get to that exit. For your weather, we're still at about 75 degrees, but we'll be cooling down into the 50s here by 8 o'clock. I'm Dragonball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. On that huge holiday savings at Staples.
There's overall friendship here. There's a sense of brotherhood here.
It's a great place to create a career path. Not only does Alaskan stand by the client, but they're here for their technicians too.
Hi, this is Gary. And I'd like you to meet a couple of guys you'll be working with here at Alaskan AC.
We have a curriculum. We follow it every week.
We actually start our day with technical training to help the whole team grow together.
Big out-of-town companies don't seem to like skilled technicians. We do. Bring your talents to us at Alaskan AC.
No other place I work for has this sort of training for their technicians. We have a lot of young men, they're getting careers and they're hitting the ground running.
Literally, anybody that's here is getting trained consistently every day. We're growing every day.
Proud to be a local company keeping you chill since 1972, and we're not going anywhere.
I wouldn't trade anyone here for anybody.
I've told plenty of my friends to come work for Alaskan.
This is a great team.
Apply online right now at AlaskanAC.com.
All the Who's down in Husan like great deals a lot, but the Grinch who lived on top of Mount Denman did not. But he went to O'Reilly for the holidays to trade in his sleigh, and the price he got from his trade grew 5 times that day. This holiday season, come to the dealership even a Grinch can love. We're on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or check us out at O'Reilly.com. Because at O'Reilly Chevrolet, we prefer that you visit us live. See us this holiday season, and together, let's drive.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it.
Woo!
Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey homeowners, are you ready to chill out and go green? Goodfellas Air Conditioning can help. Introducing our latest lineup of energy-efficient systems featuring the new R32 refrigerant. It's cooler, greener, and better for the planet. You'll enjoy lower energy bills and a smaller carbon footprint. Not a fan of change? Goodfellas has a surplus of reliable R410 systems available. Unsure about what system you have or have questions? Give us a call for a free inspection. Goodfellas Air Conditioning, keeping it cool, keeping it green, and always keeping you comfortable.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute. Tonight we see Week 15 kick off with the Rams playing the 49ers. And at 6-7, the 49ers season is on life support. I think the Rams win tonight, but as far as the NFC West race, I don't see the 49ers or Cardinals making the playoffs. And I believe you could probably already have the Seahawks-Rams Week 18 game move into the Sunday Night Football spot because it feels like the winner of that one will ultimately take the NFC West crown for the 2024 season. I'm Zach Gelb.
Hey sports fans, if you're not calling John Anthony, you're simply missing out. To prove it, I'm releasing your Thursday Night Report absolutely free on recorded message line 1-800-244-5506. Los Angeles at San Fran. With a talented group of receivers, LA can create big plays in a passing game, and San Francisco's ability to pressure the quarterback and disrupt offensive plays is unparalleled. Tonight's going to be a monster game. I've got the side and total. That's two big plays. John Anthony has you covered. Call now. Hear them for free on recorded message. 1-800-244-5506. 1-800-244-5506. You want the information? I've got it. San Francisco, LA, side and total. I'd love to go 2-0 the next 4 days on me. 1-800-244-5506. That's 1-800-244-5506. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We have got, I've got a sweet deal coming up for you before we get out of here today. We've got the Tommy Lloyd Radio Show coming up for you, scheduled to begin at about 5:05. The first Tommy Lloyd show, which will be from the Union Public House. So head on over there and join Brian Jeffries and the head coach for all of the excitement. Looking forward to Tommy's show. You'll do a show today and next week, and then there'll be 2 weeks off, and then we'll get rolling again. I believe it'll be the 9th of December. We'll get rolling. I'm sorry, the 9th of January. We'll get rolling again, big time. Once we get into Big 12 conference play. All right, we were talking earlier about the situation that happened last night between the Rockets and the Warriors, the scrum at the end of the game, and the fact that it went against the Warriors, leading to a couple of free throws for the Rockets. They were able to take the lead, and the Warriors had a last-second shot attempt that they missed, and the Houston Rockets are headed to Las Vegas. And we'll let you hear that one more time, what happened at the end of that game. What happened at the end of the game was there was a scrum on the ground, and the play went against the Golden State Warriors, and Steve Kerr was not real happy about what happened. So let's give you right now your Desert Diamond Casino replay for the day.
And now, the best thing you will hear all day.
Hachi-machi!
It's time for the Wildcat Radio Replay. In case you missed this earlier in the day, we now bring you the best of 1290. It's made possible by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, Steve Kerr not happy after the game with how the Rockets-Warriors contest ended.
I've never seen a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time, 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is, unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. Give them a timeout and let the players decide the game. That's how you officiate, especially because the game was a complete wrestling match. They didn't call anything. Steph Curry got hit on the elbow, plain as day, on a jump shot, just clubbed right on there, no call. So you've established you're just not going to call anything throughout the game. It's a physical game. We're going to call it a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line. This is a $1 billion industry. You got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I am stunned. I give the Rockets credit. They battled back. They played great defense all night. But I feel for our guys. Our guys battled back, played their asses off, and deserved to win that game, or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game. And that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made, because that guy would have had feel and said, you know what, I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball 80 feet from the basket.
Did you, I know you had a challenge, you obviously only had one timeout left. Did you think about challenge?
No, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been reversed, and I needed to save it, for the ensuing play.
You obviously blew a 6-1 lead in the final 77.
Yeah.
That was obviously the punctuation.
It's our fault. Yeah.
What
We didn't score. We had a turnover on the pass from Draymond to JK. We had done a great job taking care of the ball after that first quarter and a half. That was a disaster. And Trey's got to make a good decision there. And he took a chance throwing it to JK. He's got to just get the ball back to Steph on that, and he knows he feels terrible in there. I could have done a better job getting us into something different, try to free up Steph or JK. So we all take it. We all took part in this one.
Two of you guys had 6 shot clock violations tonight. How much of that obviously brought to the really good defense, but how much was it defense versus you guys?
It was defense. Their defense was great. Pressured us all game, and I think 4 of them were in the first half, and we couldn't get free. And then we got control of the game in the second half. Did a really good job of taking care of it and bouncing back and doing some nice things, but we didn't close. Bottom line.
What was the difference in the third quarter? Seemed to get everybody going there.
Just took care of the ball and got organized.
Any benefits of not playing until Sunday? 3 days off has been a pretty frenetic schedule.
I'm not ready to answer that question. I'm pissed off. I wanted to go to Las Vegas. We wanted to win this cup, and we aren't going because of a loose ball foul 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen anything like it in my life, and that was ridiculous. Thank you.
That was the Wildcat Radio Replay with the best of the best from 1290. It's brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
Is Adam Silver a genius? Because they created this event. And I don't know if you watched that game last night. I didn't see it all, but I watched the last 4 or 5 minutes of it. This tournament on a certain level, it matters. It may not be as big, but it matters. It matters, and they've got us talking. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a fringe NBA fan. I follow my team, and I don't necessarily follow the league as a whole. I obviously follow it a lot closer now because I work in this space. When I was working in TV, and I didn't necessarily have to talk about anybody but the Suns, I follow a little bit more in this space, and obviously because I work with JW Madden and Dragon Ball, who are know a lot about the National Basketball Association, but they've got us talking about the NBA before Christmas because of this tournament. And that's all Adam Silver, creating an event to put eyes on their sport at a time when most of us fringe people like me would never be paying attention to the National Basketball Association.
So Steve Kerr's really pissed off, as you just heard there. You know who else is pissed off?
Who's that?
The people at T-Mobile Arena, because, DK, that's all well and good what you just said, but the lack of the Knicks and the Warriors in Vegas means that ticket prices are $22 to get in the door right now.
Wow.
It's the lowest ticket prices ever because, again, Houston hasn't made the playoffs in 5 years since Harden was there. They're not becoming a nice young team. But relative to what the Warriors, right, bring eyeballs to that. So, I love the event. I like the idea of this whole European soccer type thing mid-season with the financial incentives for the players to make it worth their while and bragging rights. You never discount the idea of bragging rights. And there's an NCAA tournament type of element here where those are not the teams. The same thing happened last year, right? Who was in the finals? Pacers, weren't they? And Pacers hadn't made the playoffs in many years as well. But yeah, $22 for the Bucks-Hawks game and $30 for Thunder Rockets so far. Those are the ticket prices to get in the door right now.
So that's a night. If you live in that area or you live close, I mean, you can go see a pretty competitive NBA game for probably a lot less than if you were actually living in an NBA city. So there you go. That is the semifinals of this event. And what is that, tomorrow night or Saturday?
I'd have to look it up, but yeah, it's definitely this weekend.
I think it's Saturday because Friday, I think, is back to regular schedule. Yeah, so Saturday night, actually Saturday afternoon, Hawks-Bucks at 2:30 in the afternoon, Mountain Standard Time, and then Rockets-Thunder at 6:30 p.m. from the T-Mobile Arena. That's your Final Four for the NBA Cup.
And the championship is Tuesday of next week. Yeah.
Yep, next Tuesday, the 17th, the championship of that. All right, speaking of championships, Arizona Volleyball is trying to win a championship in the NIVC. They're going to play tonight against Northern Colorado for a chance to go to the finals of this event. They won in a sweep last night over Wyoming. In fact, it's been back-to-back sweeps. Swept the team on Saturday, Pacific, swept Wyoming this past last night, and now they'll play Northern Colorado, who won 3-2 over Arkansas State. Let's hear from Jordan Wilson, the fabulous outside hitter for the Arizona Wildcats, on with a game tonight, back-to-back. They haven't played, I don't think they've played back-to-back since early in the year, back-to-back nights, how critical it was to win in 3 sets and not have to play a long 5-setter like Northern Colorado did.
It's really important because, we got to get our rest. A lot of us have to prepare for finals. A lot of people are studying and have their studies to attend to. So I'm happy that we really took care of business. We noticed in the 3rd set that we were starting kind of slow, and we picked ourselves back up. We were like, hey, this team really likes to go to 5. They're pretty good at doing that. So we got to stay disciplined and take care of business, or else they will.
So how about the win streak? Not only did they win so many matches, but so many of the matches were sweeps, or they didn't go 5. They're only 4 sets. So how impressive was that?
It was are you saying Wyoming or
for you guys?
For us?
The win streak. So they're pretty much all either sweeps or only 4 sets.
It's a really good feeling. It's reassuring to know that we're getting business handled, but we still have things to work on. So knowing that we're able to stay disciplined throughout games and be able to sweep these teams and respect them and know that they're capable of coming back and being able to play with us, we know that we have to step on it, and we can't let that happen. We can't let teams take a set off of us, or else it's going to build their momentum, build their confidence, and we got to shut that down.
How important was AJ tonight for you guys?
Very, very important. She did very well. She had a lot of block touches that really helped our defense, so we're really appreciative of that. She's been working really hard in practice for block touches and as well as transitioning off the net. And ever since she's been working on that, a lot of the blockers have been sticking with her, and it not only helps the setter, but also helps the pin hitters too, getting splits as well. So I truly appreciate it. I always think of thank you so much for getting me a split. But then when the blockers shoot over to me and she has one block or no one up, I'm like, come on, this is your time to shine. You got to go on it. So having her tonight, she made a big impact.
And I mean, how much you guys played Northern Colorado in an exhibition earlier this year, but that's been a while.
Yeah.
How much do you remember about that match and their personnel and all that?
To be honest, my memory of them is just a little bit foggy. I do have to do some review over them, but I just know I'm not too sure. I'm not sure what I remember from them, but I'm gonna go over it tonight. Yeah.
I think they did a set off you guys, but you guys were playing a lot of people, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How does it feel to have 3 all-region selections going back to the first time you guys done this since 2001?
It's such a great feeling. It's showing that our team we're heading in the right direction. So I really hope for you to keep bringing these types of players in, people who want to win, people who want to make it to the tournament, and want to make the team better as well as themselves.
And Avery specifically, coming in as a freshman at that position is tough. Just what do you have to say about how what she's brought to the team?
Personally, I think Avery's a natural leader. She's not afraid to say something or to speak up. She's okay with giving feedback. She's okay with giving constructive criticism, and she loves her role and she takes care of it. Like, she takes a very good care of her job, of her role, and it really helps the entire team. I love having like a solid system down, having good tempos, knowing what we're gonna run with the setter. So her coming in and making that kind of impact on her team was very needed, I guess, this year.
All right, that was Jordan Wilson after last night's 3-zip win for the Arizona volleyball team over Wyoming. She mentioned early on in her conversation there, AJ, that would be Elena Johnson, one of the seniors on this team that they're trying to win a championship for. She had 4 block assists, 1 solo block, 5 blocks total in last night's game. That was the most on the Wildcats, next to Jalen Hodge, who had 4. Elena also had 7 kills in the game, hitting .545. Highest hitting percentage on the night as well for the Arizona Wildcats. So a real solid 3 sets for Elena Johnson, hitting .545 with 5 blocks. She finished with 11 points, which was second on the team behind just Jordan Wilson, who had 15 points for Arizona, 13 kills she had in the ball game to go along with 12 digs. So another double-double for Jordan Wilson, and now the Wildcats have a chance to get to the title game of this event. All right, we're wrapping it up here, J-Dub, correct? That's going to wrap it up here for us. Thanks to Desiree Reed-Francois. Thanks to Kelvin Ifan for joining us. My name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. The Tommy Lloyd Show is next right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. A couple accidents to watch out for. We have one at East Gulf Links Road in South Swan with a lot of slowing on both directions of Gulf Links. And we have an accident near the I-10 on-ramp there going eastbound near Miracle Mile. This one causing a lot of backup on Miracle Mile as you approach the I-10. For your weather, we're still at about 74 degrees right now. Continue to cool down as we get ready to go ahead and get to the 50s here by 8. I'm Dragon Ball at Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our Black Friday week of savings has been extended into December. Right now, every set of tires is on sale, and you can stack on manufacturer's rebates for even more savings, up to $180 more. We've also got popular maintenance services at up to 50% off to get you road trip ready for your holiday travel. And beyond the amazing low total tire prices, we'll include Jack's Plus Pack, a dozen tire-related services like touchless mounting, computerized balancing, new rubber stems, including the reset for tire pressure monitoring systems. Plus, you'll also get a lifetime of tire maintenance, rotations, rebalancing, and tire repairs. Jack's Plus Pack is a $249 value, and it's included with your new set of tires. We'll even throw in a free wheel alignment check if you want it, and it's all at the guaranteed lowest price. Get ready for holiday travel at any of Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 area locations. Call, stop by, or visit us online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, we're here to get you there.
I'm here to announce a new collaboration, the Snoop Dogg, Arizona. Presented by Gin Juice by Dre and Snoop.
You're invited to a historic day for Tucson on Saturday, December 28th.
I'll be there.
This is big time Tucson with a tailgate festival starting at 10 a.m.
Will you be there?
Then at 2:30, it's the only bowl game with all net proceeds to charities.
We'll see you there.
With tickets at thearizonabowl.com, it's doggone good for Tucson. Tickets at thearizonabowl.com.
It's another episode in the continuing story of Tobacco Barn's fight to save Tucsonans on their favorite tobacco products.
The other store prices are so high.
I'm Captain Tobacco!
My hero.
Who's responsible for these outrageous prices? I am. Pardon me while I teach this fellow some manners. At Tobacco Barn, save up to 40%. Pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation. And save up to $3 with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com. When you're tobacco savings are stolen. Get to Tobacco Barn.
Get up to 40% off. Pay no city or state sales tax. And up to another $3 with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Captain Tobacco, I could just kiss you.
I know, ma'am. Animal magnetism. It's a gift I have to live with.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.